feels great, that's his business. It's nobody else's business.
That's correct.
So important facts about breakfast. You want to have fat, protein, carbohydrate. If you don't know what it is, either type in on Google or ask us a question. We'll be happy to answer, but there's a lot of information that we already put out about what are the fat, protein, and carbs are.
And if you don't know if it is any of those, most likely you shouldn't be eat that, because things that are usually protein, fat, or carbohydrate, they're very easy to tell what they are. Meat is meat, fat is fat, butter, bacon, that sort of thing, and vegetables and fruits are the carbohydrate. How difficult is that?
Now I want to put a lid on this thing of bacon bashing thing. Bacon is bad if it's made out of crappy pork. That's the kind of bacon you don't want to eat. But if it's a healthy pork and you have a bacon from it,
right,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
Please enjoy it. Just make sure, look for it, buy it, cook it, and give your body a favor. Eat it.
Yeah, make sure that it's free of nitrates. Make sure that the animal was free of
there's
antibiotics.
nutritionists and stuff are like a fat, you're going to make you fat. Fat will make you fat if you overeat on fat. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Yet, if you're not going to eat enough of fat, you will actually overeat on carbohydrates, and they'll kill you a whole lot faster.
And you know what's interesting? It's very difficult to overeat in fat.
It is. It's pretty much impossible. Try it, by the way.
Absolutely.
I tried.
It will make you almost throw up if you. I dare anybody to say that fat. You can eat all the fat that you want, and I guarantee you that you'll see that person puking.
Very fast.
Give somebody a pound of butter and have them eat the butter. You can't. Your body will become so repulsed by it that you want. On the other hand, if you give somebody a box of cookies, a 3-pound box of cookies,
it'll be gone.
It might be gone in a couple of hours.
Absolutely.
And the same thing, if you give somebody like steaks, it says, well, you can have a huge, meat meal like I did on Monday night. I went to a Brazilian restaurant and I ate meat like, to feed an army. But, there's only so much you can eat. I happen to be very, very hungry in the evening usually. But you cannot overeat in protein, hardly ever. Definitely you cannot overeat in fat. I can assure you that. But as far as carbohydrates go, it's very easy to spill over. And when I say spill over, it's to really open up the floodgates and let it go. So
another option, I want you to guys think outside the box. The eggs and cereal, alright? But there's nothing wrong of having a piece of fish, piece of chicken, or piece of steak, or ground beef, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hey, how about cheese? Cheese you don't have to cook.
It's easy.
It's right there. You can use the cheese. Cheese is a protein and fat. Depending what kind of cheese, it might have more fat than a protein,
right,
or vice versa.
It'll have some carbohydrate to a very small degree.
So even if you just have a cheese in the morning, if you have a cheese and fruit, that chances are going to last you for a long time. I can tell you for years, my breakfast was like a cheese, butter, and some gluten-free bread. It worked for me. It worked for me for years. I don't do it right now, but anytime that I need something fast, I got to get out of the door as soon as possible. Cheese is usually the way to go.
And it's by far one of my favorite snacks. I usually snack on cheese.
Just make sure if you can buy raw cheese, if it's available. If not, another one will do just fine.
Yeah, and actually I was watching, a friend of mine referred me to watch a show, I think it was in the History Channel, Marvels of Industry or whatever, and they were talking about the regular cheese that we see in the supermarket, the yellow cheese and the white cheese and this other stuff, and it's absolutely horrendous. I will never suggest that anybody eats that shit. For the
American cheese?
Yeah, stuff like that. Not because it's American. I have nothing against that. It was the way it was processed. There was barely
the one that in the packets and stuff. Or?
Yeah, there was barely any dairy on it. And that's the big claim that they put all this protein, from milk and stuff like that.
Like a soy cheese or something?
It was made out of most of it of vegetable fat.
Oh, disgusting.
Of vegetable oil. So that's gross. That's not even cheese. There's not such thing as, a non-dairy cheese.
Well, if it's under like $3 a pound, chances are it's some kind of like a vegetable scary garbage.
You said that. I already gagged when you said that. Yeah, cheese is typically expensive, and raw cheese more expensive. But it's for a reason, because it's done by craft people that not people from craft, like craftsmen that make cheese, craft cheesers, and it has a ton of nutrients, and it's very easy to digest, and it will not make you fat, unless you're eating a whole stick at a time. I mean,
The important thing about breakfast, if you have a good breakfast, you will maintain your steady blood sugar towards an afternoon. There's going to be a whole lot better chance that you're going to have a better lunch. And that means by the time dinner comes, this is what most of our people on this planet make poor decisions. By the time the dinner comes, chances are you're going to make a whole lot better decisions. And that's going to carry over to the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Absolutely. And that's how you set up a simple things that are going to make a huge difference in your life.
Yes. So important. If you get up, you know, in the morning, you're one of those people that say, you know, I don't usually have breakfast. Well, change your mind, change the way you eat, and have some breakfast. Even if it's not a lot, take a few bites of whatever you can. Chances, you know, are that you will feel slightly better. And whatever you don't eat, you don't finish, you know, for breakfast, take it with you. Because maybe 2 hours down the line, instead of going to the stupid vending machine to grab some candy, or, you know, to, you know,
caffeine soda or another thing,
or caffeinate yourself to death, have something else to eat. Because, you know, see what happens to your energy levels. It's very important. Like Aram mentioned before, nobody else can tell you better how to eat than yourself. Because you are going to have a response. And those responses are that you have good physical function, that you feel good, your energy is stable, you don't feel up and down emotionally, your brain is kind of, you know, nice and alert, you're not, you know, in a fog like most people walk through life, and you're not really hungry. So when you eat and you don't feel hungry within half an hour to an hour after you eat, that means that whatever you ate actually sat well on your stomach and is providing you the energy that you need to function.
Yep. Yeah. Guys, breakfast is made for champions, and if you want to be a champion, have a breakfast. If you want to live a miserable life, skip on breakfast.
That's right.
You have anything else?
I think that's concise.
Alright. Guys, if you're having a breakfast, your future looks better already.
That's right.
Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your posts, comments, and everything. We love you very much. Until next time.
Take care.